sort of emotional and poignant one, isn't there, with Roxanne Modafferi retiring from the sport after her contest. Just, if you can, I know as a historian of the sport, put into context in women's MMA what Roxy has achieved.
Well, she was doing it before anyone was taking mixed martial arts seriously, let alone women's mixed martial arts. And the women back then were having to try and like make matchups themselves. They were often friends. It was a small community. But Roxanne did it slightly differently in that she very quickly had a very international look to her career. She spent an awful lot of time out in Japan, competing over there. And like she's, I don't know if it's like nearly 50 walks to the cage that she would have made now, which is just insane. And she wears it very well. She's a super nerd, but owns it. She's unapologetically herself, and us fight fans absolutely love her for it. She brings a quirky style of fighting. She's an elite operator in ground fighting. But when Roxanne Modafferi is there on fight week, she's just so happy. She's a lovely human being, but obviously, you know, pretty terrifying when that door shuts. And we can only thank her for her service to the sport, particularly women's mixed martial arts, because there haven't been that many that have stood the test of time, that have changed their game, that have stayed relevant like she has.
Yeah, been fighting for 20 years. And it's interesting, some of the comments and the pieces you read about her legacy and the changing of the eras, because sometimes we forget how far the sport's developed, and actually the public acceptance of even women with bloody faces, which obviously will have impacted the other combat sports, including boxing, and actually people are more accepting of that, whereas back in 2002, 2003, that wasn't the case. It's amazing, isn't it, how those pioneers push something into a cultural norm.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey obviously lifted everything, you know, being an Olympian and things of that nature, the way that she approached the game, she's ferocious. And Roxanne just not really like that. But Roxanne was before Ronda Rousey. You know, she was diligently doing her thing, a true martial artist herself, who was competing in lots of different grappling tournaments, you know, picking up experience everywhere that she could. So, yeah, she's had to probably battle many, many things. The stories that she must have are quite something. I've been lucky to commentate her fight in Cage Warriors, I think back in 2011 against our very own Rosie Sexton, who a pioneer over here. I think she went to either Oxford or Cambridge, and she's got a doctorate, I think, from Manchester, another complete outlier. So